Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Model Kit Beginner. Today we have a look at the Pontiac GTO. It's a 1971. It's a two-in-one build, stock custom from the fine folks over at MPC Ertl. As you can see down here, we have on the side quite interesting photos, detailed interior. It promises an optional supercharger, custom wheels and tires. I see some branding here, we'll have a look at that, and the bold graphic decals, obviously don't forget about those. And then another description of what was basically on the other side in all different languages. Nothing at the bottom. And as we always do, we have a quick look what Scale Mail has to say about this. Right, here it is at MPC Ertl. This is a kit, and this was a 1987 Reeboks, and I love those because that means there should have been an original. And apparently, as they say, the original might have been in 1969, which is kind of difficult to believe because it's a 1970 Pontiac, which looks somewhat different, especially here in the front. But maybe some of the parts are the same. So this kit was released in 1967. If we look at the 1970s, we're getting more into this territory, and this is more like it, you know, this looks more like the 1970. This is a funny car iteration from 1970. So that timeline is a bit interesting. 1967 Pontiac obviously was similar, but certainly not the same. The openings were different, and some other trim options were certainly very different. But we obviously don't have a look at that. We have a look at that here, the Pontiac GTO, the 1970 edition, and why not? Right, MPC Ertl came out in 1987. Then apparently AMG Ertl got one out in 2005, and there's more to come. In 2021, MPC got one out again. So you get that as a fairly new kit. But let's have a look at in this iteration from 1987, what it looks like. And I'm going to have to warn you, this kit seems to have been used as a soccer ball. Right, and let's have a look at the instruction sheet. Oh, folded it wrong. That's what it comes. It looks like that in the box, and then it folds out to a plan, which is big. Here we go. You see this? Quite big. We have the wheels right over there, and we have engine assemblies, stock or custom, right over here. We have chassis assembly, stock or custom, depending what you want to do. We have the seats, we have the body, we have a roll bar and interior, we have trim together with the optional spoiler, we have interior right over here, final front part assembly, and then the optional decals. So let's have a look at the decals, shall we? It's always interesting kit of this vintage, how they survive the journey through time. And the answer is not very well. They're quite yellow. Living in Africa has the advantage we can hang them in the sun, so we will do that and see if that lightens them up a bit. Also not sure if they're not going to fall apart, but we will have a go and have a look and see what they do. In the meantime, that's what you have. There is no decals for the dashboard, obviously. These are just all the sponsors. And here you have the striping package with different registration plates right over here. And these are the decals. Then let's go to the glass. We get these, and as I said, that quite a few things which fell off the tree. We have the rear lights, which come in clear red plastic. Very nice, very nice. We have the glass. It really took a beating. So that needs some polishing up, that's for sure. Here you go. Quite a few scratches in here. It will take some tender loving care to reinstate those again, front as well as back. See, in those days packaging was a bit different. Right, then we have a chrome package. Of course we have a chrome package with thickly chromed parts. So thickly chromed that I would suggest that you dechrome them and chrome them yourself again. They are really, really very thick. They are not clean at all. So if you want to clean the parts, you're going to grind off the chrome anyway. So you might just as well dechrome them and start over and chrome them yourself. The parts themselves look all right. There's a blower right over here, blower assembly, all in chrome. As I said, you'll probably want to redo this. Right. Then let's have, before we get to the colorless plastic, normal styrene, let's have a quick look at the tire options we have. We have quite a few. We have 4 normal tires, and then obviously we have these ones, which are Goodyears. Actually not that bad. I don't, hardly a seam in the middle, which is very nice. So you need to cut out this. Very hard, that one is not that hard. These ones on the other hand are pretty hard. But they are also branded. Here we are. These are also Goodyears. And looking at the tread, not too bad for the time. Don't fall too much. There's a little bit of a seam in the middle which you have to attend to. But I've seen a lot worse from newer kits, so that's actually quite acceptable. As I say, the stock tires pretty hard. You will have to assemble the wheels around them. Then we come to the sprues, which kind of have fallen apart. I'll put the intact sprues to one side and show you the fallen off parts in the meantime. Here we go. Right, that's everything which has fallen off. To start with, the seats right over here, very nice actually. They're the 4-point safety harness, very, very nice. Can detail that nicely, not a problem. So these were the seats. Then we have the steering wheel assembly. Interesting, no blinker or indicator, anything on the side. There's a little hole, so I guess you have to assemble it. There might be something on the tree to help us out with that. Then we have this little thing, which I believe goes to the top of the seat. You know, your headrest, which was quite something. I found this part, which was also fell off. I'm not quite sure where that goes. Part of the body. And the bonnet or hood fell off with the intakes over here. Right, needs also just some clean up. And you see a funny color plastic, actually a bit of detail on the inside, as well as these marks over here. And then I'll have a look at the pan quickly. Here we go. See, nothing exciting here because you won't see any of that. Here at the back, see, everything is molded in. Well, not everything, the exhausts certainly aren't, but the tank is molded in. You have brake lines over here and different cables. And part of the suspension, front suspension, has been molded in as well. So looking at the holes, I would assume there are some steel axles going through, which I must say I have not seen in the kit. I haven't at all. Let's have a quick look. I have quite a few in the spare box. There's one. I see one. which I haven't seen before. There's one lonely steel axle there, and the other ones, I have to find one in the spare box, I guess. Not a train smash. Right. Then here we have the first Sprue with a different bonnet right over here. It's a massive intake, which you actually can clean out here from the inside. Right, very nice. Suspension, and this would be the radiator assembly right over here. Then we have this Sprue, which engine parts for different engine options right over here. Back part of the wheels. Engine putting together, the gearbox is separate, so that's very interesting. And then obviously the belt assembly right over here. Ram air intake. Very, very nice. Here we have different seats, more in the stock configuration. Here you go. And then the exhaust systems. As you can all see, lots of flash, lots of seams, lots of cleaning up to do. So that's something for, you know, being in the live show, being in the hangout, just chatting to the guys and clean up your parts. Love that. Then we have another one over here, which gives us the firewall, which actually has some nice detail on it. This, I would assume, is the rear wing, which needs some filling over here at the ejector pin marks. I can see them right over here. And then we have these pins. So maybe it only comes with one axle, and the front ones work with those. Front wheels work with those pins. Then we have this Sprue, which comes with some parts. Here you go, made in USA. Look at that, not in China. Another one of these headrests, and another few parts right over. It looks like a spoiler of sorts for the front. Then we'll have a look at the dashboard, given and keeping in mind that we do not have any decals, and we will have to do that by hand, detail that by hand. That's actually not bad. That gives you a chance to get that detailed quite nicely. And then we have the interior pan, which is right over here, molded in back seat, molded in pedals right over here, molded in ejector pin marks. Look at that, there's no ejector pin marks on the back side. I put them in the front. Sometimes you're wondering, what were they thinking? But anyway, that's how it is. And last but certainly not least, the iconic body of the Pontiac GTO. GTO very prominently molded in right over here. Not too bad, it needs some cleaning up here, so that's why it was a little bit of a wobble. The handlebars are molded in, I don't mind that, that's fine. And we have some detail under the hood, which I actually like. Here you go. And stabilizer in here. The door, you might want to rescribe that just a little. It's not really that deep. Same with the, that actually doesn't look too bad, but you might want to just have a light scribing right over here. Then the GTO here at the back, which you can detail because there is no decal for that either. And the body itself very sharp in places, and obviously here were the classic places which you need to certainly smooth out quite a bit. If you look here, this is not very well done right over here, the connection right over here, so you need to probably need to try and even that round that out a bit. Right, and that was it, ladies and gentlemen, the 1970 Pontiac GTO, 1987 repop. As you can see, lots of cleaning work, lots of amending work. Fit might be a challenge as well, but nothing is bent. I know some of these guys built these GTOs and they had bent parts, bent frames, bent chassis, bent bodies. None of that. That looks to be straight enough for me. And it's buildable, absolutely buildable. It's a lovely car, let's face it, it really is. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you're all doing well. Have a great day, and I wish you all the best, and greetings from Cape Town.